Peace, family. How you doing? I'm doing this live in the car this morning because I have people doing some work in the house, but I wanted to be able to talk with you all about something. Again, I just love sharing with you all the process of where so many lessons come from. So I know it's early. It's still a work day for people. It's Wednesday morning. But I wanted to talk about anxiety attacks and how familiar they are in relationship to love. So when you all get a chance and take notes on some of these feelings, this right here came out of a conversation with one of my community mamas. Peace, y'all. Peace. I think I'm gonna change the view, and I don't know if I can change it mid video. It might be weird, but yeah, I'm gonna just leave it like this. I don't want to complicate your vision. Let me know if you can hear me. I do not have my headphones on at the moment. Can you hear me loud and clearly? Press 1 if you can hear me loud and clearly. And can you see me fine? All right, cool. So I'm going to project my voice a little more, just in case, for those of you who might be listening through the car or you're not using your own headphones, whatever that may be. Thank you. Don't forget to please thumbs up this video, as this content I'm sure is going to be useful to you in a very relevant way. So a lot of you came into my HOC family when I was really going deep into shadow work. And this conversation I was having a few days ago was about love and the anxiety that people feel when they discover they're in love, right? What we're taught is that there needs to be this rapid heartbeat, this shortness of breath, this I'm losing my mind, this I cannot see clearly, this I'm losing myself, I give myself away type of energy, right? I feel like just so many explosions inside of me when we think of love. The butterflies in the stomach, right? But all of these things physiologically are very much like having an anxiety attack. And often when we're in love and things don't go the way that we plan for them to go, while still being in this state of love, right? We go through lots of anxiety continuously. And because the feelings are the same, it's as if we're unable to see the differences between us attacking ourselves and being able to see what our needs really are. So, how does this relate? Earlier today, I was doing my walkthrough in my house, and I was just ruminating on something, a behavior that I observed. And I had the voice in my head, reason being, it's Gemini season, right? shadow work, and I'm reflecting on myself. I'm having a conversation out loud with myself. So shout out to you Geminis who talk to yourselves. Okay. I was like, ooh, and this is me. That's disgusting. The word disgusting struck a chord because I felt at that moment the thing that I'm so disgusted with, right? It has a string. It has a string attached to some type of emotion inside. And so when I use the word and I was pointing at it, I'm verbally talking to myself, but I'm verbally discussing how I'm feeling about someone or someone's actions, right? This is not a romantic conversation. This is just talking about an action. When I was able to say that, and I'm pointing outside of me, that action always reminds me that I needed to address this disgusting inside of me. That's the only way I believe in really clearing things, right? It's important that when we have conversations with ourselves and they stir up our spirit so much that the body starts to manifest this level of angst in the name of love, okay? In the name of love. Because in loving relationships, there's a lot of sensitivity there. Because most times they begin in that energy anyway. And we do everything that we can to continue to have that feeling. So we continue to strive for that feeling. When in fact, we are continuing to strive for the feeling of some level of anxiety. We want to feel the edge of what that is. Unfortunately for us, love then becomes very stressful. Okay? If it's looked at in that way. Unless we're able to separate ourselves from the romance or what media, what our novels, what our movies, the stories that we've been told are supposed to be the elements of love based on the feeling, solely based on the feeling. A lot of people are basing this element that drives the universe off of a feeling. The grass grows out of its surrender, its love, its relationship to the earth, the minerals coming together, the sun shining, the rain coming down. There's this relationship that continues to go on, but it's love that continues to propel it forward, meaning that all the parts come together and work, doing their parts to create this kind of growth. But there is not a, how do I want to say? More so, growth is evidence of love being present. Growth is evidence of love being present. Losing your health, losing your peace, and your ability to understand all the elements of yourself that must be operating on full cylinders in order for you as a being to propel forward. That's love. And evidence of love being present is always going to be growth. All right? If your love continues to keep you in a space of drama and you are feeling like you're chasing something, you're in a race, you're like working up a sweat, you're having headaches, you feel like, when the person is around, you feel like you're walking on eggshells. I'm not saying that you don't want love and that love is absent. I would like to shift that feeling, that attachment to that feeling, to something that is more soothing to your spirit. So that when you start to feel the same elements of anxiety, you can differentiate where your safety in love that will help you to grow is different from when you're not safe and you need to flee. So what keeps us stuck, the shadow side of this, right? The shadow, the way that I've taught it is that it's not a matter of you have something wrong with you and you need to find the shadow so you can pew, 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 pop it, right? The shadow is just there screaming for love. It wants to be seen. But when we're in relationships, in love relationships, and we come at it with this attachment to the heightened dopamine and the heart's rushing and I can't eat, I can't sleep. What happens when you're in your love relationship and you're feeling all of those things again because you're not in a safe space? That person is not respecting you. That environment is not allowing you to grow. That circle of friends or those family members or the way you're relating to your world, you, not them now, right? The way you are relating to your world is generating some type of dis-ease with inside of you. How can you truly differentiate the two when the symptoms are the same? So triggers are important. And the best way to create more contrast between what you prefer and what you don't prefer is to create a different dynamic around the things you love. You know, there's a difference between looking at a piece of artwork that is so beautiful that you feel tingling and a flush of coolness down your back. Your mind imagines and becomes creative and your body relaxes. That's love. Love should be able to relax you. Love should be able to disengage those bolts of self security, like you're like this inside. But what you feel coming up when you are in the face of what you deem as love are actually those bolts coming up. Oh, what? This, oh my God. They might know that I love them. Should I say I love you? I don't know if I should say I love you. I don't want to say it first. Right? Let me not call too much. I don't want them to know how much I'm thinking about them. It's not love. It's anxiety. Does that make sense? When you're greeted by your best friend or your child and they run up to you and they wrap their arms around you, you don't feel that. You don't feel that. You feel open, safe, and relaxed. That's love. So how, again, do we differentiate between anxiety and love? Test those things out. In our adult interactions, the ego is more present. The attachments to the sensation of I guess security that someone can offer you in some way is there. But children are definitely a great go-to, your own children, because through their innocence, there's nothing that you're trying to gain. They're not trying to gain anything else. There's a raw expression there. And with that, I'll touch on something that for whatever reason we're trying to throw out, but it's important. Our children run to us with genuine love, right? But we also provide for them. We provide a house, a roof over their head. We provide food for them. We provide clean water for them to clean themselves with. We provide activities for them. We provide physical, tangible security for them. And when that relationship is present, no one judges it. They don't say, oh, the child is not earning, it's not earning that security. But then when we get to become adults and we're in love relationships, we judge the traditional ways of which an individual will provide physical, tangible security for another out of love, so that they can thrive, so that they can grow, so that they don't have to live worrying about where their next meal is going to come from. They don't have to worry about the roof over their head. They don't have to worry about if there's going to be gas in their car. Those are some of the dynamics of love traditionally that have helped cultures of men and women relating to each other thrive. So while love wins, I want you to understand that love is not just a good feeling. Love provides. Love provides a space to grow. Love provides a place to be protected. Love provides a place to be supported. Love provides a space to be creative. Love provides a space for you to have peace. Love provides a space for you to go within. Love feeds you. Love clothes you. And whether someone else is doing it for you or you're doing it for yourself, it doesn't change. Those are real elements of love. You understand? So differentiate between anxiety and all the butterflies you want to chase after. You keep chasing butterflies and you can go live in the park. But you want to be able to enjoy the park and the butterflies with individuals who really, really love you. And that, of course, is going to start with you. That is like the obvious. But know what your needs are, because you do need to breathe. You do need to drink water. You do need to eat food. You do need to have warmth. You do need a roof over your head. Whether you want to live in a shanty or a mansion is your choice. Okay? You do need to have medical care at times. You should have access to it. So what are you working for? That should be some motivation. What are you working for? I'm looking at taking anxiety out of love. That's my Venus in retrograde reflection during Gemini season. The shadow side of it, when you feel triggered, when you want to really point at how yucky a situation is or somebody is, find what's disturbing inside of yourself, and you won't waste any energy. You'll be pouring it into loving yourself. All right? So, anybody have any questions? If not, I love you all. I wish to see you all grow. I wish to celebrate your growth. And I will tune in and check in with you all again when Spirit leads me to share a message from my own processing and my own growth. Peace, love, and bliss you all until we meet again.